Good morning, everybody. I feel like it has been a hot minute since I've put up a video and checked in with you guys, and I'm sorry about that. I have been on a roll. I've been busy, and so here we are, updating in the car because it's the easiest thing to do right now. So, my name is Heather, if you're new to my channel, and I had VSG March 25th of this year, 2019. And my starting weight was 312 and my surgery weight was 298. I am now 264. So almost to that 50-pound mark. I wanted to just kind of update you guys on how everything's going. I'm 4 months out, a little bit more now. So that's about 16 weeks post-op, and things are actually going really good. I attribute that to, I listen to my body, and I listen to when it tells me it's not happy or when my pouch is not happy and I adjust things, I don't continue to try to push, anything with that, but, I definitely will have noticed that I will have dumping syndrome if I do not eat something that's compatible with my stomach, or my pouch. For me, dumping syndrome is not throwing up at all. It's complete nausea for up to an hour, and breaking out in sweats and just feeling really icky and tired, after that. So to me, that's even worse, because instead of just throwing it up and getting rid of it, that's what you're dealing with, for a longer period of time. I also had my 3-month checkup, but at 4 months out, because my 3-month checkup was really right around the time that we went to Disney and we moved, and then we moved shops, and honestly I completely forgot about it the day of, and then I forgot to reschedule, and 4 months out I was like, I need to have my follow-up. So I scheduled that, and I got in. I went to my appointment last week, and I saw a different surgeon because they were just trying to get me in, and I really liked him. He told me that one second, I have got to order Starbucks.
Hi, welcome to Starbucks. What can you get today?
Yes, I'd like 2 espresso shots in a venti cup over ice.
Okay.
With a splash of 2% milk, and not much, please. I'm going to add my own protein shake.
Okay.
And then just an ice water, please. And that's it.
An ice water.
Yes.
Anything else?
That's it.
Alrighty, it's going to be $2.40.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, back to it. So, I went, and I'm going to go ahead and insert, roll this window up, somebody's mowing. I'm going to insert in just a second the reactions that I had to that, that I shared on my Instagram account, and then I will be right back. Good morning. So I wanted to kind of update you guys. I had a doctor's appointment. It was supposed to be my 3-month checkup, but you guys know I got married. I went to freaking Disney, moved our store, moved houses. I kind of skipped it and didn't mean to. And so my 12-week checkup was really a 4-month checkup. So I got there, and I saw a different doctor or surgeon or whatever, just because that's what was available. And he talked to me about my weight loss. So I wasn't the highest that I could have lost. I was between the lowest and medium range. Okay, let's just say that percentage-wise. And at first, when he was saying that, in my mind, I was defensive, and I was upset about that, because I was like, everybody is different. And I was thinking to myself, don't put unrealistic expectations on people. But then, like in an instant, I also was like, okay, Heather, you have had some like slip up days, and the more I talked to him, he even opened up and said, listen, these are statistics, but everybody is different. And so once he said that, I really felt like I opened up to him, because I was like, okay, that I love that you just said that, basically, in my head, right? So we talked a little bit more, and he was like, listen, you're 4 months out. The most weight loss is going to happen within the first 6 months. He's like, so what I want for you is to take advantage of that, because obviously it makes sense. Like, the more weight you lose, the slower you lose it. And I was like, you know what? I feel you on that, because I, on average, do good. But the past probably like 3 weeks, I've kind of like, I've told you guys I've been having hormonal stuff and PMS stuff, and I've kind of like done more like moderation. Sorry, I got cut off. So anyways, what I was saying is I think I've been doing a lot more of like moderation type stuff. Like when you are maintaining type of diet, like when you get to the weight that you want, you can go back and forth with your caloric deficit and things like that. And I was like, okay, Heather, get real with yourself, because you're not there yet. But you know what? He was like so understanding. He was like, that's how people do. Weight loss should not just be a constant down of, this crazy dieting. You're going to have peaks and valleys. So he said, people lose and then they'll level, and lose and level. And I was like, you know what? That makes me feel good, because that's what I've been doing. And then I thanked him for giving me the perspective of, take advantage of the first 6 months. Not that you won't keep losing between 6 months and a year, but I'll be losing slower. So I just feel refreshed with, okay, Heather, let's just make sure that we're taking advantage of this tool to the full potential that you can. So, I want to stop whining to myself like, oh, I've been PMSing, blah, blah, blah. Just like, get with it. Get over it, Heather. Get your shit together. That's what I tell myself. And that's, what I tell people that I love. Like, get your shit together. Because sitting around whining doesn't help you do anything. So, no more excuses. I'm going to take the full advantage. We made a goal to try to at least lose 12 to 15 pounds. He said he doesn't know if that's really possible, but I think it is possible, because especially if I incorporate some working out. And then he also made me feel good when he was talking about, working out, because he said working out is not just a short-term goal for you. It's working out is something that you want to do so that when you lose the weight, you can keep it off long term, and as you lose weight, you're not eating away muscle. So like these kind of things were just music to my ear, because I am all about like real, goals and not just binge dieting and binge working out and stuff, if it's not going to be long term for you. So I was pretty happy with my progress so far. And I am too. And by the way, I've reached a new low. I'm at 264.5. So that's a new low for me, guys. I haven't been that low in probably like 3 years. So I'm just excited. That was a new low, and I still haven't reached the 50-pound mark, but I'm getting there. And I just wanted to share that with you guys. I wanted to share, my feelings, and the rawness of my feelings. So because I think a lot of us have them and we don't share them. And it's just important for, people who are about to go through this or are going through it, for them to see that we're all we're all going through the same thoughts, So anyways, have a good one, guys. Okay, so also, I have been super busy diving into, sorry, it looks like there's some washout right here from the sun, but I've been super busy making essential oil mixes. So I've really been getting into, trying to incorporate natural healing, because after the surgery, I haven't been doing any, crazy dieting, which I'm not sure a lot of people even do that anyways, but I've definitely been paying attention to what I put in my body, trying to watch the ingredients, trying to watch the carb intake, because that's not very good. Carbs are not good regardless if you're doing keto or not. You don't want to have more than a moderate amount. So, essential oils is one of my natural remedies that I try to use for my hormonal imbalances, since I am back to not having periods without being induced by birth control, which really sucks, because that means that my estrogen dominance is kind of trying to come back. So I'm just going to kick that right back out with some natural stuff that I'm doing. If anybody wants to hear more about that, feel free to comment below, and I'll give you some more details on that. So anyways, my Etsy shop is where I've listed some more rollers, and I've just been really enjoying talking to people that have been ordering and asking me, hey, what about this? Can you make a mix for that? And so that's just been a really good project for me. I have also kind of moved into a different career direction. So, my husband and I moved our shop, and I kind of have let him take care of most of that stuff, which is something that he really enjoys. And I, through this journey, have not really rediscovered, but really gotten more back into my passion for writing. I didn't even really think about it when I started my blog. I was like, I'm just going to share my experience. And then I was like, I want to write an ebook, and then I started writing this stuff, and I was like, gosh, I forgot how much I love to do this. And I had this heart-to-heart talk with my husband. I was like, I'm 35 years old. I've worked in sales my entire career. And I feel like at this point, I should just kind of have everything done. That's what it seems like a lot of people do. You have gone through college, you've got your house with your white picket fence, and you are just settled, having kids, whatever, you know what I mean? And I'm like, you know what? At 35, I'm not the same person that I was back then. I don't have the same career goals. I worked to live before, and now I want to enjoy what I'm doing if I can. I was like, I've always excelled at linguistics and English and writing and communications and things like that. I told my husband, I said, it's a shame that I never had anybody look at me and say, why don't you explore a degree in communications, or why don't you think about being a writer? Not to blame anybody, and I had a wonderful upbringing, so I don't want to say it to that, but it's a shame, because all this time I could have been doing something that I truly enjoy. And honestly, I just always thought that was just a side passion. I never thought, I could have a career with this. And I have just realized, and internet was different back then. You didn't Google as much when I was in high school either. And so there's more information that's available now. And so now that I realize that I can actually have a career as a writer, as a copywriter, as a, freelance writer, I'm just really excited to move forward with that. So I've started to the process of finishing my bachelor's degree in English. And you don't necessarily need a degree to be a writer. But there's been a lot of life that I've lived between the last time I went to school and now. And I feel like this mama brain could use some sprucing up. And they're like, all the classes that are offered in this degree, I was looking at the courses, are things that I would really, really like to have, like creative writing, folklore writing, American history, and copywriting classes. And so just everything in it is exactly what I'm looking for. So as you can see, I have a lot on my plate. I've got a lot going on, but you know what? It all feels like it's in the direction of where I want to be, what I want to do. And so I'm happy about it. And the point of me telling you all this stuff, because you could probably care less, like, why is this girl telling me all about, what she's doing for work and crap? The point of all this is that, like I said, I'm 35. I'll be 36 next month. And I'm still changing my life, and realizing that I can care about myself too, that I can enjoy myself in life and not just, take care of my kids, and that means that my life has to be so rough and tumbling, just to make sure that they have a good life. And, that frame of mind started coming on when I started learning about taking care of my weight again. So me gaining all that weight was obviously like this really long process of just, losing myself and thinking that only everybody else mattered. And I had to get to an extreme to realize that I matter too. And that if I can't do little things for myself to make myself happy, then, I'm not even going to be around because I'm so unhealthy. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm really excited, and I want to share that because I want anybody else who might want to hear it or need to hear it, that it's never too late. That's another thing I was telling my husband. We were talking about this stuff. I was like, it's never too late. At any point in time, even at 40 years old, 50 years old, you can be like, you know what? I think I want to train for a new profession. You know what I mean? So if you have the way to do it without, and still paying your bills, if you have a way to kind of make that soft transition, I say go for it, So, that's been going on. And let's see, I told you about the writing, the school, the doctor's appointment, my weights. So I'm 264. I feel like it's taking me forever to get to this 50-pound mark. It's crazy, but I know it's gonna come. I know I'm gonna get there. So, but I haven't really worked out in a few weeks, and you know what? I miss that. I've gotten so busy with like writing and my oils and stuff that I've taken care of myself mentally, but not physically, and that and doing some sort of like movement, whether it's yoga, walking, some hardcore cardio at the gym, that makes me feel really good, and that attributes to making me feel good mentally. So I'm going to incorporate that. That's definitely one of my goals. And then also I have a goal that I would like to lose 15 pounds by my next doctor's appointment. My next doctor's appointment is October 18th. Is that right? Yeah, October 18th. And let's see, that's August, September. I think it's highly possible. So, I'm still 264. It's easy to lose, weight like this when you're heavier. So I really, really, really want to. If I could lose 20 pounds, I'd be a super happy mama. But I feel like 15 pounds is a little more realistic, just in case. So that's my goal. And I'm going to keep you guys updated on that and let you know for sure if I've met that goal, how I'm doing with that. And I'm going to make, little changes to make sure that it adds up to that big change, making sure that I watch my diet and then, move a little bit more. So So anyways, that's my goal, and I'm really happy that I got to share some of these things with you. Maybe somebody enjoyed it. I hope you did. I'm definitely on a path to healing myself and on a path of discovery, and I wish that for everybody and anybody else that needs it. And I just appreciate anybody who's interested in my journey. And what I hope the most, I've always said, is that it helps anybody. So, because I know I watch people and they help me. So, you know what, guys? I appreciate it. And until the next one, see you next time.